So Pokemon Go finally announced its very first holiday event, which is a Halloween event. In fact, this is not something that's uncommon. In fact, a lot of big video games, whether it's RuneScape, which I've played, or League of Legends, which I've played also a lot, they have these Halloween themed events and holiday themed events. The big ones, and I always used to love these, even as a kid, because you always look forward to them, and they'd have like limited edition items and all sorts of goodies. The big holidays are usually Halloween, Christmas, maybe Easter if you're lucky. And those are really like the big three. Like sometimes they'll throw in Thanksgiving, and if it's a global game like Maple Story, they'll throw in something like Chinese New Year as well, and that's also really fun. But those are mainly the big ones. And maybe there's like a summer event, usually not. But Halloween is coming up, and it's exciting. No, there's no free item, but what you do have is pretty much a standard double XP type event, except it's even greater than that. Now you can look up the details elsewhere. There's plenty of other videos that talk about this, plenty of other articles. It's pretty much like if you cash in candies, you get triple the candies or double the candies. And if you walk a buddy, you get triple. And then you catch a Pokemon, it's double, blah, blah, blah. The point is, in this video, we're going to be talking about what you can do to maximize this event. Now it's going to last a couple days. It's not just going to be on one day, which is Halloween. Now, of course, I'm going to factor in all the other considerations, which the biggest of which is that most of us do not have time to spend 8 hours a day playing this game to maximize our chances of doing well. So what do we do instead? First, consider where you're at. Level is important. If you want to level up, if you're below level 20 or even 22 or 23, which is really where the Pokemon CP matters. If you want to catch higher level Pokemon and rare Pokemon, you want to get to at least 23, 24. If you're below that, then you want to focus on just getting as many candies of the most common basic types so that you can use them to hatch your lucky eggs faster and do that lucky egg hatching session. So what do? You buddy a Pidgey or a Caterpie, and all you do is you just walk as much as you can, run as much as you can during that period, and it's just 1 kilometer per candy. But thanks to the event, I think it becomes 3 candies or 4 candies per kilometer, which is ridiculous. That's that with the things. Now, if you're above that, then maybe you want to switch course, in which case you want to choose your rarest Pokemon, usually the one with the longest kilometers, which is 5 kilometers per candy you get. So go ahead and buddy your Laprases, your Growlithe, your Dragonites. Actually, Growlithes are 3, so scratch the Growlithe. Dragonites, Dragonairs, Dratinis, anything that requires a lot of walking just for 1 candy, that's what you want to buddy. But even then, there are exceptions. Let's just say, okay, you're above level 24, but you don't have a lot of time to walk. If you don't think you can get in enough walking within those 3 to 4 days when the event's taking place to complete 1 cycle and get 1 candy, then it's not worth it, because by the time you finish that 1 cycle, that 5 kilometers, the event will have ended. So in that case, you want to choose the rarest Pokemon that you want to evolve that you have not, whether it's to, put it in the gym or get it on your Pokedex. You want to choose that you can walk and fully cycle through by the end of the event. So that might mean a Growlithe, because it only takes 3 kilometers to walk, and based off your lifestyle, your career, whatever you're doing, you can cycle it in that time. So that's it for candies, really. For eggs and incubators, it's pretty straightforward. Basically, you usually want to go with a similar type thing where you want to get in at least 1 cycle. So if you only think you can walk 2 kilometers or 5 kilometers within that, and hatch that egg within that time, that's what you want to choose. And of course, if you have a lot of walking that you can put in, perhaps for you it could be better to go for the 2 kilometer eggs because you can get a lot more of them in within that holiday event. And sure, the Pokemon that hatch will be more common, but you'll get a lot more candies and a lot more goodies from hatching those. But again, that's a more minor point. I just stick to that same principle, that main principle. Now for the final thing, catching, of course, the only real big difference would be that most people want the Haunters and the Hypnos, mainly the Haunters and Gastlies, that will appear more often during this event. Again, I think it's a little bit of a crapshoot in the sense that they could have made this event a lot better. There's no free limited edition item, and they're only choosing like a very few limited amount of Pokemon that will appear much more often. But nonetheless, most of us don't have Gastlies or Hypnos or enough of them. So again, if you see them, you want to catch them, of course. And that may mean prioritizing them with your most common balls. Again, it depends on how much time you can put in during this event. If you can put in a lot of time, go ahead and use less rare balls, so more Pokeballs than Great Balls and Ultras. Otherwise, if you have a limited time where you can play, throw out those Ultra Balls, because you only get to see a few Gastlies the few moments you have that app open. Throw them out there, catch them, because if you do catch one, you get more candies for it. So that's basically it. You got the hatching, you got the buddy system, and you got the appearances of more Pokemon. Of course, the same sort of rule applies to all other Pokemon, because it's not just the Haunters and Hypnos and Gastlies that have this double candy thing. So if you're catching Pokemon, whether it's a Pidgey or it's something else that you see in the wild, keep that in mind as well. Now, leading up to the event, which is only a couple of days away, but leading up to it, if you have the time, what you want to be doing is stockpiling. Don't hatch anything. Don't evolve any, well, you can hatch stuff, but don't evolve anything. Just keep stockpiling stuff. Whatever you want to evolve, whatever you want to train up, whatever you want to get more of, so you can maybe have better move sets or stats or IVs for the gym, just keep stockpiling them. And then when the event rolls out, you want to trade them all in, everything in, as much as you can, to get the 4x candy bonus. So usually the professor just gives you like 1 candy every time you transfer a Pokemon. This time, of course, it's upped. So this will literally save you so much time. And it sucks because I just traded in everything. I didn't know about this event until now, which really sucks for me. And I just traded in like 4 months worth of savings. But if you haven't, keep saving. And when the event rolls around, trade in, transfer everything, and you will get massive candies. I think that will be the biggest bang for your buck out of everything you could possibly do for this event. It is stockpiling candies, catching as many Pidgeys or Growlithes or Dratinis as you can, and not transferring them or evolving them, just keeping them there. And then once the Halloween event rolls out, literally transfer them. And here's the thing, I do think that this will occur again once Christmas rolls around, and you can stockpile once again, but it might not be as good. And the reason why is because Niantic is still testing things out, and when it's such a new game, a lot of things are highly overbuffed oftentimes, which means that they might realize that, oh my goodness, we should not have given a 4x transfer bonus. That was just too much. It made the game too easy. And so when Christmas rolls around, they'll be like, oh, it's just going to be a 2 times transfer bonus, and you're just going to be really mad because you saved up so much. So what's the point? Really emphasize this event if you can. Really take advantage of it, because they may nerf it when a future holiday event comes out, because they thought that this was too much of an advantage. That's all I really got to say. Again, if you can play this game before the Halloween event rolls out, tell your friends, tell other people to play it, and stockpile. Again, it's only a couple days away, which kind of sucks. Share this video with them so it'll help them, and make sure they watch until the end. Thanks, subscribe, see you later.